I'm in competition with the guy or the gal down the street. Here's what I think. Tell me what you think. I'm going to show you here why the average person, when they take a customer, the odds are 40% against them. They're not going to sell a car before they start saying hello to the customer. What do you think of that? I think every step to the sale is just as important. Skip one and the odds of you selling a car go way down. Now, it's not just doing the steps of the sale. I'm talking about mastering the steps of the sale. See what you think of this. Most people say, hi, can I help you? Welcome to ABC Motors and stuff, and they don't take the time to sell themselves. And that only takes a minute or so. So I don't care how you do it, you have to say something that puts you ahead of the guy down the street. And I basically say, have you been shopping? Yeah. Good. Did anybody tell you right up front they'd take care of you if you had a problem or concern? What do you think that answer is going to be? That's usually going to be a no. So if you're only doing it half, you see each one of the steps is worth approximately 16%. So if you do it half, the odds are 8% you're not going to sell a car just on that meet and greet. There's three kinds of qualifying dealerships do. Some say find the customer's wants and needs. So somebody says, I want a sunroof, leather interior, aluminum wheels, a sports package. Some places say, hey, that's qualifying. Some take it a little bit step further and say, I want to know how much cash down, what kind of payment you're looking for, do you owe anything in your trade, and so forth. That's qualifying to other dealerships. And some take that just a little bit further by running a credit report or find a little bit about their credit to make sure that person can afford the car. So if you're not doing whatever process you're doing in the dealership 100%, the odds are 8% you're not going to sell that car. Presentation. There's three kinds of presentations. You can't keep doing the same general presentation and think it's going to be good for a customer. There's three kinds. A safety, general presentation, and then mechanical. You got a husband and wife and 3 children, they probably want to know about safety. You got a guy coming in with a whole bunch of tools and he does his own work. You probably want to talk mechanics about the car, tongue weight, horsepower, all that stuff on a truck. Or I've had people come and tell me, hey, this last car I'm going to buy in my lifetime, so you keep it kind of general. So you have to cherry pick and understand the power of which presentation you're going to make. So when you make that presentation, you can't do the same one every time you think it's worth. So if you don't have it mastered that much, the odds are 8% you're not going to sell the car. Let's talk about a demonstration real quick. The average salesperson goes on a 5 or 6 mile demonstration drive. There's no way you can go 5 or 6 miles on a demonstration, okay, and sell the feature benefits, gain common ground. To me, I like to talk about their hobbies, turn their favorite radio station on, and get them to actually enjoy the car. Most people spin them around the block and say, do you like the car? And they're trying to buy a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 car. Not going to work. So if you're shortcutting the steps of sales, it's going to cost you money. The odds are 8% you're not going to sell a car because you're doing it half. Service walk. Most people don't do a service walk, and when some do, they don't sell themselves. And what I mean by that is when I go back there, I sell me. I sell myself on the meet and greet, I sell myself on the demo, and I do the service walk. When I do a service walk, I say, hey, do you remember when I told you right up front I'd take care if you have a problem or concern? And they go, yeah. And I say, see those 2 guys back there, the guy with the beard, the guy with the red hat? They've been turning wrenches together for a total of 41 years. If they can't fix it, nobody can. If you have a problem or concern, you call me. I'll try and set you up with the best guys back there. It saves you time and money. By the way, did anybody else ever do that to you before? What do you think their answer is going to be? No. Okay, so, and that's why I say, hey, look, when you have a customer, make sure you come back and don't send them to ABC Motors, send them to Fran Taylor at ABC Motors. Follow me. Now, when you go to work a deal there and you make the presentation, you think you have believability? You think you have more power? Yeah, because he's just buying you, not just the car. So if you're not selling yourself out there, the odds are 8% you're not going to sell a car. 8 times 5 is 40%. See, there's a difference between mastering the steps of sales and just going through the steps of the sales. What good is it to do all this prospecting to get the people come in if you keep shortcutting the steps of sales? You with me here? You see, I want to be a master at everything because it takes the same amount of time. The difference is I'm selling me. They're buying me. For them to come back, I have to build a relationship, and sometimes it starts just by selling the car and doing the right thing. What's so special about you that they can't find down the street? Half the time it's just mastering the steps of the sales. Now it's going to take a while to do that, but once you get it, then your confidence comes out. Because when you take a customer, if you know you're outperforming the guy or gal down the street, how can you not be confident? It's impossible. Okay, customer's going to see that. Okay, just like presentation, you're going to have to know the product, which means you have to study it a little bit more than the person down the street. When you do, I'll guarantee the odds are not 40% against you before you say hello. All the steps of the sales are just as important.